tempest in a teapot, or storm in a teacup, is an idiom meaning a small event that has been exaggerated out of proportion. There are also lesser-known or earlier variants, such as tempest in a teacup, storm in a cream bowl, tempest in a glass of water, storm in a wash-hand basin, and storm in a glass of water. Etymology: Cicero, in the 1st century BC, in his De Legibus, used a similar phrase in Latin, possibly the precursor to the modern expressions, excitabat enim fluctus in simpulo ad dissita gratidius, translated, for Gratidius raised a tempest in a ladle, as the saying is. Then in the early 3rd century AD, Athenaeus, in the Diana Sophistae, has Dorian ridiculing the description of a tempest in the Nautilus of Timotheus by saying that he had seen a more formidable storm in a boiling saucepan. The phrase also appeared in its French form une tempête dans un verre d'eau, to refer to the popular uprising in the Republic of Geneva near the end of the 17th century. One of the earliest occurrences in print of the modern version is in 1815, where Britain's Lord Chancellor Thurlow, sometime during his tenure of 1783–1792, is quoted as referring to a popular uprising on the Isle of Man as a tempest in a teapot. Also Lord North, Prime Minister of Great Britain, is credited for popularising this phrase as characterising the outbreak of American colonists against the tax on tea. This sentiment was then satirized in Carl Guttenberg's 1778 engraving of the tea tax Tempest, where Father Time flashes a magic lantern picture of an exploding teapot to America on the left and Britannia on the right, with British and American forces advancing towards the teapot. Just a little later, in 1825, in the Scottish journal Blackwood's Edinburgh Magazine, a critical review of poets Hogg and Campbell also included the phrase tempest in a teapot. The first recorded instance of the British English version, Storm and Teacup, occurs in Catherine Sinclair's Modern Accomplishments in 1838. There are several instances though of earlier British use of the similar phrase storm in a wash-hand basin. Other languages, a similar phrase exists in numerous other languages, Arabic O squared UOL to the first O copyright URSU UOM Bengali, AA section Euro AA section AAAAA, Bulgarian, TH unflorin N Euro NTH squared NTH degree TH squared TH 3/4 TH degree Buryavi Kashavoda, Chinese, EO paragraph E. CSHE cubed AM Euro EO paragraph A, E. CSHE Czech, Bau unregistered trademark E Vasklenis Ivody, Danish, Enstorm IA Glaswand, Dutch, Eenstormen in Glas Water, Esperanto, Granda Fracaso en Malgranda Glazo, Estonian, Torm Vierclasses, Finnish, Maiskivisalasissa, French, Une tempête dans un verre d'eau, German, Sturm im Wasserglas, Greek, I euro I 1/2 I to the first I cubed I o I 1/4 I plus or minus I florin I micron I florin I micron I 1/4 I to the first I plus or minus I plus or minus I. To the first I 1/2 I micron I, Hebrew, Section K Sanar Bekos T, Hindi, AAAA currency AAAAAAAAA Tilkart Had Banana, Hungarian, Vihorij Poa of Vartsben, Icelandic, Stormer of Vatnsglorsi, Italian, Una Tempesta in Unbikia Dewa, Japanese, a cubed of florin florin a florin, a registered trademark a micron copper no naka no arashi, Korean, I degree I florin away chat jan sokui taipung, Latin, exiter fluctus in simpulo, Latvian, Vatra angstrom densglan. Tsar, Lithuanian, Audra Staklina, J, Malayalam, Teacup Alkadonkachu a Shah 3/4 AAA micron a micro AAA squared a micro AA micron Shah ya micro unregistered trademark a micro AA 3/4 a plus or minus a micro a plus or minus a micron, Nepali, AAAAAA currency AAAAAA currency AAN Tilipahad Banornu, Norwegian, Storm I Avenglas/Storm I 8 Vasculas, Persian. I copyright UMO terahertz UUUU. MO terahertz OOU Polish, Bertsa W Sklanswadi, Portuguese, Tempestade M Copo de Aguay/Uma Tempestade Num Copo de Aguay, Punjabi, AAAAAAAA, A copyright A, Romanian, Vicina Florin, a registered trademark NTR Unpahaku Apa Florin, Russian, th Florin n euro nth squared n nth degree th degree th 1/2 th micron Buja v Stakan, Serbian, th Florin n euro th degree n Florin nth degree nth squared th 3/4 th micron Bera uaoi. Vode, Spanish, Una tormenta en un vaso de agua, Swedish, Stormyat vattenlas, Tagalog, Bulaklak ng Dila, Turkish, Berkawa plus or minus K Sudafar plus or minus RTA plus or minus Na, Telugu, teacup Lothufayanu, Tamil, Thenikopayil Pule, Ukrainian, th Florin n euro nth squared nth 1/2 n nth squared th 3/4 th Beria v Skliantsy Vody, Yiddish, OKK in registered trademark YOAOO section /Ashtrimina Glosvaza, Yiddish, OK Cent unregistered trademark YO. AAO section /Aberina Leflavaza. See also, American and British English differences, brouhaha. References